kind of sitting here thinking and wondering, like, why do the Black consumers help make corporations culturally powerful, but yet still end up feeling emotionally disposable? And why does it seem like the moment Black culture creates something influential, everybody profits from it? Except the people who built it. Because this conversation is deeper than shopping. It's about emotional loyalty, cultural influence, corporate psychology, celebrity alignment, and the uncomfortable feeling that Black consumers are often valued financially more than they're valued humanly. Welcome to Control Energy. On this channel, we break down power, influence, money, consumer psychology, and the emotional systems shaping modern culture. And by the end of this video, we're going to unpack like why Black culture became one of the most monetized forces in America, why consumers became emotionally attached to corporations and celebrities, why people react so strongly when companies suddenly shift culturally or politically, how celebrities become emotional bridges between corporations and communities, and why many Black consumers are starting to feel emotionally important while still feeling economically vulnerable, because these feelings, they don't come out of nowhere. Raise your hand if you knew already that most of us are emotional consumers. Most people think they shop logically, but the Gallup research suggests about 70% of purchasing decisions are emotionally driven, which means corporations aren't just selling products, okay? Listen to this. They're selling identity, they're selling comfort, status, nostalgia, validation, and sometimes even belonging. See, consumers don't just spend money emotionally, they build relationships emotionally, especially in the BLACK, the Black community. People support brands because they feel represented, they feel seen, they're feeling the inclusion and the connection. That's partly why people become emotionally attached to celebrities and corporations that appear, keyword, culturally aligned. Have you ever noticed how some people will defend a brand online like they're defending a cousin that borrowed money and never paid it back? Leave them alone, y'all. Meanwhile, the corporation's somewhere removing benefits, they're raising prices and firing your department, which is the entire customer service department. But the problem starts when consumers realize the relationship was transactional the entire time. That's where the emotional pain comes from, because consumers think we supported you because you represented us. Meanwhile, the corporation is thinking, we supported you because your demographic spends that guap, that money. Huge difference. And that's a hurtful difference. That's like thinking y'all were dating and finding out you were actually part of somebody's quarterly earnings report. And honestly, why are Black consumers constantly sold the image of success without consistently receiving the infrastructure of that success? The luxury, the designer brands, celebrity lifestyles, exclusive access, high-end aesthetics. We see the performance of wealthy constantly. You know what? Sometimes social media got a sister over here feeling financially poor, like I'm just broke by like 9:30 p.m. So you wake up peaceful, open Instagram, and suddenly somebody's drinking sparkling water in Dubai on a yacht named Abundance. Meanwhile, here my bank account over here loading, talking about, girl, be calm, don't even think about it. But some communities still struggle with ownership. They're struggling with their schools, their mental health, their economic mobility, housing, basic resources. So that emotional contradiction wears people down, because eventually consumers begin asking, Why do we always look culturally powerful but still feel economically vulnerable? That question is heavy. So let's explore why people get so emotional over corporate decisions. So, this is why people react so strongly when companies suddenly shift positions politically or culturally. Because emotionally, people are feeling abandoned, not just disappointed. This is on a whole different level. Abandoned, especially after years of marketing campaigns, diversity slogans, Black History Month commercials, social justice branding, empowerment messaging. Then the second pressure hits, suddenly the energy changes and consumers start realizing, wait, wait. Hold up. Was this even genuine? That realization creates anger. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Because 1 minute the commercial got diverse friends, groups, slow motion laughter, afros blowing in the wind, somebody snapping fingers near a food truck. Then 6 months later, the company acts like they've never seen a Black person before in their entire corporate bloodline. Now everybody's online typing essays in all caps at 2:13 in the morning. Now let's make this even more uncomfortable. Now that we're uncomfortable, listen to this. Why do corporations keep partnering with celebrities during moments of public backlash? Celebrities often become emotional bridges between corporations and communities. And we've all seen emotional support animals in public spaces before, right? Like the grocery store, the airports, restaurants. So the real question is, have corporations started using celebrities as emotional support figures for consumers? That's why companies partner with culturally influential people, not just because they're famous, but because that trust transfers. If people emotionally trust a celebrity, they become less suspicious of the corporation. That's powerful psychology. But eventually, audiences start noticing something. Some celebrities keep partnering with institutions people are actively upset with. And that creates emotional confusion because now the audience is wondering, are you standing with us or setting us back to the system? That's that fracture. At this point, people don't even wait for the press release anymore. The second a corporation gets criticized, everybody immediately looks around like, all right, now which celebrity about to arrive with a partnership in a velvet blazer? And maybe this is the hardest truth. Maybe this is the uncomfortable truth. Come closer. Listen, Black consumers are emotionally valuable. And guess what? Corporations, they know this. Okay? Because Black culture drives that attention. And the attention drives the trends. And those trends, that's where the profits are coming from. Which means, yes, emotionally, Black consumers often become the ignition system for the mainstream culture. But you ever thought about this? Ignition systems, they still get used. That's why people are becoming more skeptical. Not because they hate success, but at the time of convenience, they're great with changing the subject because the consumers, the Black people, guess what? They're tired of feeling emotionally important while remaining economically disposable. And corporations know exactly how emotionally influential Black consumers actually are. Think about it. Brands, they start to panic when the Black consumers make an announcement about how they're going to stop supporting something. We're going to stop this support, no more. You look up, you can just only imagine this. Think about it. Here's the boardroom, probably starting to sound like a Marvel emergency meeting. Get marketing. Someone quick, call social media. Panic everywhere. We need a celebrity. We need a celebrity. Anyone have any ideas what celebrities we can get? Did anyone contact that Sean Carter? Release a statement now. You know what to do. Get somebody, get a routine, get the latest trend on TikTok. Put somebody dancing in the commercial immediately. Sounds ridiculous, but can you only imagine the turmoil that goes on in the boardroom when Black people get together and decide to stop supporting something? And maybe that's why people get so emotional online now. Because underneath the outrage, a lot of people, they're grieving disappointment. The disappointment in the corporations, the disappointment in the celebrities, the influencers, disappointment in the systems that profit, lots of profit, billions of dollars in profit from Black culture, while often failing the Black communities. And the more people recognize that pattern, the more emotionally exhausted consumers become. So I want to know, like, somebody, I need some comments in the comment section because we're trying to help this algorithm. I'm trying to grow this page. We want to send out likes and boost or whatever so people that's interested in this content can check it out too. So do Black consumers support culture the hardest while receiving the least protection from it? Okay, Black people are not protected when it comes to certain things. So let me hear about what you think in the comment section of this post. And welcome to Control Energy.